Pet here. Alright, so I've been on this elderly dog kick lately. Now, I'm not kicking elderly dogs. I've been on a kick of making videos on how to ensure the most comfort for elderly dogs. Whether it's little tips and tricks in your home, or grooming, or just the everyday care of elderly dogs. This video is on ensuring the most comfort and safety for dogs at the grooming shops. And so I think, I've been a groomer for 26 years, and I think the biggest thing is the communication between the pet owner and the groomer, especially when making that initial appointment. Make sure that you give the groomer the dog's age, health, and health issues and any limitations that your pet may have. And the reason is because groomers have a set number of pets or appointments they take during the day. And so if somebody calls in and says they have an elderly dog or a dog with special needs, that groomer is probably going to take less appointments. And that's very important. No, you don't need to ask your groomer how many less appointments he's going to, or he or she is going to take, but just you need to inform them of this. And if somebody doesn't inform me, I'm going to have the same amount of dogs and not be able to give your dog that special attention that he or she needs. And so if I know that I have a dog with special needs, it's going to take me more time with that dog. Either I need to put that dog away for, or cat, away for breaks, and that's going to take more time, but I'm not going to be able to take as many appointments that day. So it's probably going to cost more. Also special handling. And yes, we treat every animal the same and give them good care, but with elderly dogs and cats, there's a lot of special handling. Sometimes we need to call another groomer or a vet tech into the room and help. And so that's taking time away from them. So there's extra charges right there. A lot of times when people call in with puppies, they're like, well, he's only, this many weeks old. Is he half price, or is there a discount? No, there's not. And the reason is because I'm going to take extra time with your dog, socialize it, and get him used to the animal or to the equipment. And I want that dog or cat to have a really long, happy, pleasant grooming life. And so puppies cost more because they take more time and care, and so do elderly dogs. And so another thing is that I really don't want you to expect miracles. Your dog may have looked like a show dog its whole life, and your groomer may have done a beautiful job, but all of a sudden, and your dog may have been just perfect, this perfect little princess for grooming, and all of a sudden your dog starts struggling more around the face because he doesn't feel good, or his teeth are getting bad, or he's having his feet done due to allergies or arthritis or whatever it is. It's taking your groomer extra time and care, and handling charges. If it's a difficult dog, your dog may have been really good, but all of a sudden it's becoming difficult. So your groomer doesn't want to push it. So if they have to clean between the eyes and your dog is really struggling, your groomer doesn't want to push it because they don't want to cut the dog. They don't want that dog so stressed that something bad may happen on the table. No groomer wants to call an owner and say that. So please don't pressure your groomer into making your dog look as good as it always has. Another thing is, don't pressure your groomer into getting it done in a certain amount of time. Also, a really important thing is expect your groomer to be able to call you at any given moment, and you should be readily available to come and pick up your animal right then and there, and expect to come back for multiple appointments. A lot of times I'll get to a point in the grooming where I just say I'm calling it because I don't want this dog or cat to get too stressed and something bad to happen on the table. We're going to continue this another day. Depending on the dog's size and coat, or the cat, and it may take 2 more appointments. It may take 1. It may just take, another 5-minute appointment. I don't know. Every dog is different, every cat. So offering to help is wonderful, and pet owners that offer to help, I just love it. But a lot of groomers, either they may be afraid to say no, and then they feel more stressed while you stay. And I just wish groomers felt a lot more comfortable with pet owners and could communicate with them. If an owner offers to stay and I already know their animal, I'll just say he's going to be a lot better when you're not here. It's going to be a lot safer. And sometimes I ask the owners to stay, so it isn't always that I don't want them there. But what happens is your animal is already uncomfortable because it's elderly. He's stressed. He doesn't want to be on that grooming table. I want to get it done as quickly and safely as possible. So if you're standing there, not only is he feeling all that uncomfort and stress and just wanting to get out of there, but all of a sudden, oh my God, I want to get to mom. We're going home because mom's here or dad's here, and I just want dad to touch me. And so then the owner is sad and feeling bad for their dog, and so then they're touching and getting your hands in the way. And I understand that. But, or you're telling your dog, good boy or good girl, and it's, you know, if a dog is not being good, don't tell them that, because it's reinforcing that negative behavior. And there's just so many negativeness, so much negativeness when owners are staying sometimes. And groomers are trying to get this done as safely and quickly as possible. So if you're working with sharp objects around a moving target that's moving a lot more than it normally would, that is unnecessary, it's safer if you don't stay for the grooming. And so when an owner is going to stay, I tell them up front, I may very well ask you to step out, and either step out for a couple minutes while I get this one thing done, or step out and come back in a certain amount of time, or just be readily available for me to call you. And so I really hope this helps, and just be willing to work with your groomer, because everybody's main goal is to get that dog done as comfortably and safely as possible, or cat. I always forget the cats, but they're in there too. So thanks so much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments about this video, I'm really kind of excited about it, because I want the whole grooming world to all work together, pet owners and groomers. So